Yo guys, what's going on? It's Mado here, and today we are back with another video. We're talking about last night's game, so what is that, November 10th, I think. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bell, comment down below, guys, what you want to see next. I don't know if I said that, but we're going out. Cade Cunningham had a monster triple-double last night, 46, 11, and 12 in Pistons overtime win against the Wizards, 135-137, and I just got to say, even though the Wizards fall to 1-10, they had CJ McCollum last night with 42, 4, and 6, and he had a great game last night. It's kind of sad that they didn't. They didn't come out on top, but Detroit is now 9-2. They are now 9-2 and the number one seed firmly in the East on a 7-game win streak. Guys, they might have a record win streak for their team, for Detroit. You didn't think that 2 years ago when they had the record for worst lose streak of all time. They might have the best win streak of all time in their history. Let's just keep watching. Let's just keep having fun watching the Pistons, shall we? But now let's go on to the next game. The Trailblazers had a valiant fourth quarter effort in their comeback loss behind Denny Avdia, 27, 5, and 5. But of course, like I said, it wasn't enough. Paolo Banchero and the Magic show some signs of life after their rough start, as they win 112-115. Drew Holiday had a great game last night, 13, 7, and 7. But Portland did fall to 500 and 9th in the West as of last night. Paolo now has Orlando in a playing range. If we were to end the season today, with the 11th seed in the West, in the East. Why did I write West? in the East, in a tie with, I forget who was number 10. But they're in a tie with them right now. But yeah, next game, LA Luka continues great play with 38, 7, and 6 in a win over an injured-riddled Charlotte Hornets, 121-111. Obviously, LaMelo Ball is out. What can you do? Right, I think they had 4 other players out last night. It's not looking good for Charlotte again this year. Austin Reeves had 24. I need to work on my head, right? 24, 7, and 5 as they creep to the 4th seed, and they try to look for a higher seed. I think now they have a similar record to the Spurs, which we'll talk about here in a sec. And Miles Bridges had 34, 5, and 8, and Con Kneppel had a near triple-double with 19, 9, and 10. That might be the route to go towards the young guys. Like Cogbrenner, he's a great center, NBA ready. I think you might need to start leaning towards those young guys and maybe move on from LaMelo and Miles Bridges, that experiment. Because even though they're both good players in their own right, I don't think they're the right direction to go with this team. And Brandon Miller, he's supposed to come back pretty soon too, I'm pretty sure. So that's something we're going to watch there in Charlotte. Next up is that the last one? No, we have another one, sorry. Donovan Mitchell had an excellent near triple-double last night with 28, 8, and 15. In an overtime heartbreaker, though, they lost against the Heat, as Norman Powell had a great scoring performance with 33 points last night. But Darius Garland still was on limited minutes last night after his injury. I think he had, 9 points or something. He was playing good for the time he was out there, I'll say that. And then Khalil Ware had 20 rebounds last night as they win a tiebreaker with the Cavs to become the 3rd seed. Cavs are now the 4th seed in the West, or in the East, excuse me. So yeah, I mean it was a lot of great games, believe it or not. I thought they were going to be all blowouts, but hey, and this next game, right? I knew it was going to be a good game. I didn't think it was going to be this good of a game. Victor Wembanyama returns to his historical numbers with 38, 5, 12 with 1 steal and 5 blocks in the Spurs' close win against the Josh Giddey-less Chicago Bulls. Josh Giddey was out last night. Trey Jones, facing his former team, with a good 27-7. And he had a great night as well. Stephon Castle had a fairly efficient game with 19, 5, 11, and 3 steals last night to keep the Spurs hold on that second position in the West. Yeah, they're playing great again. They didn't stop playing great. It was just, rough teams, rough scoring nights. We got to see more from Victor continuously, consistently, and we may see them stay the second seed in the West. Maybe even eclipse the OKC Thunder. Who knows? But Giannis Antetokounmpo obviously reigns on Cooper Flag's best performance yet, as the Bucks beat the Mavs 116-114. Another very close game. Giannis had 36-8 with 3 blocks, and then Cooper Flag had 26, 4, and 9. But Kyle Kuzma had a great game off the bench. Like, he's showing that he still is valuable, but maybe as a bench player, not really a starter. With 26, 2, and 5. And, of course, Milwaukee is now up to the 5th seed in the East. Dallas's offense overall still continued to struggle, even with Coop playing well, as they stay second to last or 14th seed in the West. I think it'll have to take Kyrie coming back early and him playing like he never left. That's the only way they're going to get back. AD's another year older, more injury prone than ever. Something's got to give there. It may be Nico's job. It should have been Nico's job, but they gave him the chance, and I think he failed miserably, in my opinion. But Anthony Edwards, going to the next game, Anthony Edwards tries to start his late MVP campaign while everybody else already started. He's finally showing up. The 35-6-6 in Minnesota's win over Utah, and Keontae George's 27-6-6 effort. That game was 120-113. Julius Randle had a near triple-double last night as well, 27, 7, and 8, while they climb up to an early sixth seed in the West, and Jazz stay amongst the bottom seeds last night in the West at 12th in the standings. Then we see one of the other worst teams in the West up next is the New Orleans Pelicans. They still struggle again offensively without Zion. In a 92-128, the only blowout I think last night, in a loss against a red-hot Grayson Allen and Phoenix Suns. He had 42, 4, and 2 with 3 steals last night. Grayson Allen played out of his mind. Devin Booker also had 19 points as the Suns win their 3rd game in a row. And Trey Murphy had 21, 4, and 10. We thought he was going to take a leap this year, but obviously he hasn't. And, of course, that keeps them at the bottom of the West and 15th in the West. And then the last game we're going to talk about before we go on to tonight's games is Jalen Johnson with a near triple-double, 16, 8, and 10, giving the slight edge to Utah last night as the Hawks beat James Harden's triple-double effort, 35, 11, and 10, as the Clippers fall, of course, to Atlanta, 105-102. Clippers now fall to 13th in the West. I'm pretty sure they were 12th. I think now they're 13th. And the Hawks are now pushing 500. Pushing above 500, with a 6-5 record after their back-to-back wins this past weekend, getting them up to 8th seed in the East. Now, they're going to have to do a lot more to keep that 8th seed and to keep climbing, but I think that's fantastic for them. When Trae Young comes back, I think they're going to be even better, even though he is kind of a black hole to an extent, especially on defense. I think that's a great thing for them, especially on offense. They need more offense, and if they keep playing defense like they are, I think they're Sherlock to make at least a second round or into the playoffs at least. So, yeah, before I finish this video, let's go on to the matchups for tonight. To start the night, the 500 Raptors, led by all-star Scotty Barnes, looks to keep MPJ and the Brooklyn Nets at the bottom of the East in the Atlantic Division matchup tonight at 6:30 p.m. Disgruntled guard Ja Morant and struggling Memphis Grizzlies tried their luck against red-hot Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden tonight at 6:30 p.m. The 6-5 Golden State Warriors look to stay above 500 as Steph Curry returns while they look for answers to stop the reigning MVP and the reigning champions OKC Thunder tonight at 7 p.m. The rivalry game of the night stars former Finals MVP Jaylen Brown looking to get the Boston Celtics to 500 as they look to take on the two-headed monster of Tyrese Maxey and rookie standout VJ Edgecombe in the Philadelphia 76ers tonight at 7 p.m. The Indiana Pacers look to right the ship as Pascal Siakam returns against the young, struggling Utah Jazz led by Lauri Markkanen, coming off their back-to-back tonight at 8 p.m. Now for tonight's main event, the historically dominant Nikola Jokic looks, at the time of writing the script obviously, looks to take sole control of the second seed as Zach LaVine tries to right the ship for the struggling Sacramento Kings. Denver Nuggets, Sacramento Kings tonight at 10 p.m. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm trying a few little things different here. You know, tomorrow is going to be a different layout for those matchups. I'm going to try something different. I hope you guys enjoyed that though. I'm putting a little bit more time into writing prompts in the ChatGPT while people still send me, their efforts of making these graphics and stuff. But once again, please send them down into my Instagram down below. And yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below, guys, what you want to see next. And yeah, let's watch some great games tonight. I don't want to say blowouts because last night I was fooled and there was only one. So yeah, let's get into it tomorrow. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace.